What is going on, everyone? It is Foul Play here. We are back for match number 4 of this modern league. Looks like we lost the die roll, and we are indeed going to be on the draw. We're versing the Pensword. So, I know the Pensword. He's actually a Blue Moon player. So, a Glade Cover Scout hand against a Blue Moon opponent is not going to be a good keep. This, however, looks like a good keep. So we'll ditch the Dryad Arbor, and we'll get into it. Okay, well, that's really nice. We've actually found a basic to help play around Blood Moon. So we'll get on in there with that Glade Cover Scout, pass the turn. Oh, my opponent's playing Sprite Dragon, so it looks like he's not playing Blue Moon, he's playing more Blue-Red Prowess. Maybe it's Sprite Dragon with like some other elements. Now here what we really want to do, if we just play Spirit Mantle, our opponent can force a negation and then we don't get anything else accomplished. But also if we play Spirit Mantle this turn, it sets up for a better turn next turn. Because we have the third land, we have lots of auras. I think I like getting Spirit Mantle down. If we miss a turn of attacking, hopefully it's not going to be the worst. Okay, well that resolves. We'll attack on in. I see like most prowess decks don't run something like Force and Negation, but I sort of want to play around it anyway because of the opponent I'm versing. Double Sprite Dragon, and he's going to attack on in. Mutagenic Growth. Okay, well, this is going to be a little bit of damage. Mutagenic Growth again, wow. Has he got more damage, or is it capped out there? Alright, so maybe I was a bit hasty with my life total here. Fortunately, we've got the Daybreak Coronet. Let's see if Ethereal Armor eats any sort of counterspell. I guess technically I should go Grispoon over Ethereal Armor there in case he counters the Daybreak and we need to chump block, but we've now put our opponent down to 6. They have no way of blocking our creature. I guess I can just deal 12 damage to me. So yeah, I definitely should have played the Grispoon here. Hopefully that punt doesn't cost us a match. But yeah, that's definitely a big mistake of mine here. Alright, so Lightning Bolt. And then we just take a whole bunch lethal. Alright, well, and the Gut Shot. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Well, if we were able to block that, might have been a different story. Alright. So, lesson learnt, don't be a dingus. Alright, so... the charts of a blue-red opponent going Blood Moon, a blue-red Prowess opponent having Blood Moon. It's Jacob, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I think it's typically going to be fairly low percentage chances that they'd have it. Honestly, we probably want to cut these core Spirit Dancers because it's probably extremely rare that we're actually going to resolve them. Normally I don't bring in Blood Moon. We can normally expect counter magic from our... I don't bring in Leyline of Sanctity. Can probably expect counter magic from our opponent. Things like Mutagenic Growth, slightly irritating. We do have 5 instances of finding flying. Let's take out these core Spirit Dancers and bring in these Ley Lines. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to here. Alright, so here we are. We are on the play. We've got a 1-land hand, but it looks fantastic. No Lurrus this time. Because, obviously, because we brought in the Ley Lines, so we can't have Lurrus as well. We are going to fetch Shock, take some damage, get our Scout out, and pass the turn. And I suppose we will see what our opponent has to do. Soul Scour Mage this game. Yep. Well, we do actually find the basic as well. Okay, well that's really, really good for us. We can fight over their creature, but these prowess decks don't do damage on sort of like turn 1. They do it on turn 2 onwards. So if my opponent has mutagenic growth, his creature essentially goes to a 4/5 and we can still kill it. If he's got double mutagenic growth, we lose our guy. We can load up on the other scout and put the Rancor on the other scout. So it's not the worst scenario, but always like considering things like that is gonna be good. A good thing, good habit. Also, like, considering that you maybe want flying against the deck that has 2 flying prowess creatures. Well, not, like, permanent prowess creatures. Oh, opponent going for the double block. Ooh. Ooh. Has he got Spell Pierce here? Are we about to get Spell Pierced? Lava Dart could be irritating. Let's attack and see what they do. I don't like playing into Spell Pierce here. Opponent goes for Opt. Sure. I guess we'll see if they've got any Gut Shot or Mutagenic Growth. Alright, well, that resolved. We're going to play out our Daybreak post-combat and pass the turn. Excuse me. I've definitely still got a bit of a dry throat going on. Alright, so here we could play the Spider Umbra, go for lethal, etc, etc. I sort of like just attacking here and holding up Dramoka's command. Alright, prevent all damage target instant or sorcery spell would deal. Alright, so we'll yield to, I guess, 1 prowess trigger on the other one. Alright, so prevent all damage it would deal, put a 1/1 on target creature. We could fight creatures. I think I like just making our creature bigger. Alright, so opponent can now block. He can block 6 damage and then he'll later on die. But he just goes ahead and concedes, so that's good for us. Alright, so anything we want to change there? I mean, Kozilek's returns are a little bit scary. I think I just like running it back. We could potentially bring in the extra ley line for a card, like maybe we could remove 1 Spirit Mantle because it's a bit expensive. We could up the value of our ley lines here, so I like that. We're going to do that. A quick reminder, guys, if you haven't already and are enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel for daily Bogle content. We got lots and lots of videos. I'm on Twitch as well. If you want to support me a little bit further, you can come find me on Twitch. Alright, well, my opponent could potentially have Mystical Dispute, so we'll play the Scout. Alright, so in my end step, no opt, no spells or anything, just past his turn, he's played Sprite Dragon. We find our ley line. Honestly, like trading Scout here for a mutagenic growth or even for the Sprite Dragon is just not that bad because we can go both Rancor plus Daybreak next turn. So I'm going to dangle it out there. I think my opponent can assume this is a bait, but he probably takes it anyway. Without pumping, I would assume. Okay, well, he's gone for the mutagenic growth. I guess his creature doesn't die, so that seems fine. We did give our opponent like a permanent creature like buff there, but also we prevented 2 damage. Fuck, that's a bit of a backbreaking one. The Kozilek's return. Jeez. Maybe we just don't attack. We respect the Kozilek and we don't attack. What do we do now? We can get a Dried Arbor. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I think we're in trouble. Yeah, I can't remember if I said or not, but yeah, I'm also on Twitch, so make sure to check me out on there as well if you're into live content, live interaction. I play a whole bunch of different decks, not just Bogles on there as well. Okay, so we can actually get a Dried Arbor here. Probably my least favorite creature in the deck these days. It's also like very weak to Soul Scour Mage here. Plus like these burn spells, but we don't have another line because we extended double creature out. So we'll just go for the only line we've got. We're like extremely land heavy this game. Oh, is he just going on defense here? Interesting. Let's start by cracking this Horizon Canopy. Playing out a Leyline is not going to win us too much. Alright, well that's definitely a good card to draw. Let's shock this in. Let's assume he doesn't have 4 points of burn damage for the Dried Arbor. Okay. Well, I'm just attacking now. The longer this game goes on, the worse it is for me. Oh, he's got the Kozilek's return again. Yikes, man. He's going to get big buffs on his creatures here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to win through this this extra Kozilek's here. This is a bit ruthless. Did he kill his own Sprite Dragon, though? That's kind of good. So what, he's got 7 toughness, we've got 7 power, but also there's damage already marked on these creatures, so we can trample some. Okay, this is actually pretty good for us. Okay, so opponent goes to 5. That's pretty sweet. And they concede. Okay. Well, we win that match, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. As always, let me know what you think down below. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.